Assalamualaikum, I back to me, Razil. So today our group will present on our project presentation, which is the innovation project. So my group member consists of Nurul Izan Hanif, Wan Adina Atira, and Siti Nur Nadira. So basically this is our game which is named SpongeBob Quantifier Quest, which is we use SpongeBob team to present on the question about the quantifier. So people will use this game to identify the correct quantifiers through the question that we have stated in the game, in this game. So basically our game is on about a PowerPoint game which is caters for year 5 students. Okay, next one I will present on the introduction to the project. So the title of our project is SpongeBob Quantifier Quest, which is Bikini Bottom Hunt, which is for this PowerPoint game we use SpongeBob as a theme, and we use quantifiers to help students to identify the correct quantifiers to be used in their writing. And for the target audience, we use year 5, and the description of our project is this purpose game is to allow the student to enhance their understanding in using quantifiers in the writing skill as well as their grammar understanding, in which we use topic food and health that caters that helps students to identify the use of quantifiers in the writing skills.
Next, I will explain more about the procedure of this game. So, firstly, when the player open the link of the PowerPoint slides or the interactive games, then they will need to read the situation given to answer the questions. So this situation can be found the first slide before the next slide that shows the question. Then, when the slide that shows the question, the player need to choose the correct quantifiers based on the situation given. So, the the correct answer they can be found from the question itself or the hint that will be given. So, there are 4 types of question here. So, the first one is like a multiple choice question. Next one is the player need to choose the correct quantifiers. It's like a fill in the blank, but the answer must be in the quantifiers one. Next one is like a sentence, a quantifier sentences, but the players need to choose the correct picture that represent the quantifier sentences. Next is after players make their quantifiers choice, there will be a slide reveal the correct answer and the explanation. And lastly, marks will be given for the correct answer only. Next is the objective of this project. First is to help pupils use proper grammar and improve their overall sentence structure. When pupils know how to use the correct quantifier, they will create a correct sentence structure. Next is to enable them to distinguish between individual items and mass or abstract concepts. It also enables pupils to differentiate between countable and also uncountable nouns.
The last one is to enhance the clarify of communication and allows pupils to express their opinion more effectively. When pupils know how to use the quantifier accurately, they can create a correct sentence so they can express their opinion accurately.
Next, moving on to the problem statement. So, the problem that we found before we created this game is that students are not fully aware of using quantifiers. Therefore, they use it randomly without following the grammar rule. Actually, there are a lot of factors contribute to this problem. For example, lack of explicit instruction. So we know that in some educational settings, quantifiers they may not be explicitly taught or emphasized in the curriculum. This is because of the lack of instruction, which that can lead the student about the unaware of the quantifiers usage. Moreover, we know that quantifiers can be a bit complexity to some students because quantifiers is actually a bit abstract and challenging for some students to grasp, especially if they are new to the concept of quantifiers. For example, they may feel like a bit hard to understand some of the quantifiers words such as some, much, many, which all these quantifiers now it can modify and affect the meaning of sentences that requires a certain level of linguistic and logical understanding. Lastly is because of the student itself, there are lack of practice in grammar practice. It is because we know that like any linguistic skills, the effective use of quantifiers improves with practice. And students nowadays they do not have sufficient opportunities to use these words in meaningful context, so they may feel struggle to develop proficiency. Hence, we decided to create these interactive games so that we can overcome the problem that were mentioned. Next one is the literature review. So this is the literature review that we refer when we creating this game. So this literature review mentioned that there is language learning carried out by students at school where they start learning from the basic level, which aims to make them know the aspects of grammar in language learning. In practicing real life, the student could use grammar as something good. Most students usually had difficulty in learning English language because the language cannot leave or avoid grammar to help misunderstanding in learning English. Therefore, a creative way in learning grammar able to improve their skill in writing, especially in producing kind of sentences correctly and meaningfully in language communication. So, based on this literature review, we can see that it highlights about the basic level learning towards the student. So, students nowadays, we know that they typically start learning a language from a basic level, which involves a focus on understanding the fundamental aspects of grammar. Moreover, this literature review also highlight the significance of grammar in language learning, because we know that through the grammar in English language learning, it is actually a crucial component of effective communication and understanding in English. Lastly is the difficulty in learning English, because we know that English is not a first language for all people for all the students. So this literature review also mentioned that most students face challenges when learning English. This is attributed to the complex nature of English grammar itself.
Okay, next I will talk about the strength of our game. The first strength of our project is fun learning. It is because for this project we use game-based learning approach, which is game-based learning approach help the student to engage more through the game, as it allows a student to play or to learn with an interactive and also fun learning. The next strength of our game is the engagement. It is because it allows the engagement of the student with the question or with the game. As for the PowerPoint slide, we use SpongeBob theme or we use cartoon theme to capture audience and attention, and it also help the student to engage well in the through the lesson. Okay, the next one. Our strength is user friendly, which is we use PowerPoint slide. which is it is easy to use, and it also help the student or the parent to use it easily, and it is accessible to be used anytime and anywhere. For the fourth strand is visual appeal, because for our PowerPoint slide, we use the Smashboard theme, which is it caters to students' need, which is it helps the student to learn in a fun and also in interactive way, as it is designed with graphic, animation, and multimedia element, which is also help the student to be interested to learn quantifier. And lastly, for the visual appeal, we use SpongeBob theme to help students to learn in a fun way. Okay, next point for the strength is accessibility, because for our PowerPoint slide, it is accessible and it is can be easily shared for anyone. Because for this game, we just have to share the link, and also we can share the PowerPoint slide to anyone to be used. And it is also can be accessed by wide audience. For example, not only for the year 5 student, but this game it also can be used for the year 6 student, or also for the secondary school students to learn more about quantifiers. The next strand is cost effective, because for this game it is a digital based game, and also it is PowerPoint slide game, which is which is this game do not need any cost to do it, or any cost to play the game. So it is cost effective and it is user friendly. So for the strength of this game, I think this game hold many strengths that will help students with the problem in quantifiers. Okay, next slide I will talk about the weaknesses. The first weaknesses that we found from this game is it is limited multiplayer interaction. As for the PowerPoint, it only can be used individual, and it also can be played by the group, but it is turn-based gameplay, so people need to take turn to play the game. And the second weaknesses is lack of advanced gaming feature, because for this game we only design it for the PowerPoint slide. We do not have the game development tool like the AR, or we don't have the complex AI to help to make the PowerPoint become more interactive. And the next one, we are lack of advanced gaming feature, as we only use animation, and just it is the we just use basic in transition in our game, so it doesn't need physics engine and also complex AI to make the game more interactive.
Alright, so this is the model that we use when we creating this game. So the model that we use is the trilogical model learning. So from this model, it emphasizes two significant points. Firstly, enhancing coaching skill. So teacher trainees charged with supporting groups of trainee teachers in the creation and use of knowledge objects and instruments such as guidelines and best practice toolkits. So from this point, it can be concluded that the active facilitation itself, which means that an active facilitation lead to an effective coaching in the trilogical model, and also interaction and discussions between the students and their teacher. So we as a teacher, we should encourage more through the collaboration and problem solving among to our students to deeper understanding about the subject. In my group project innovation is the quantifier scheme. Next one is providing scaffolding and support. So as a teacher, we should be skilled at providing the right level of scaffolding and support to our students. So this means that by offering assistance and guidance when needed, while gradually allowing the students to take more responsibility in their learning. Moreover, as a teacher, we should be able to adapt their level of support to individual students' needs. Next one is the facilitating the multidisciplinary group works. So these approaches facilitated the student to set up a context into a complex problem. So through this one, we can see that a collaborative planning, which means by beginning collaborative planning, the multidisciplinary project with student itself will help us to engage the students into discussion to identify more about this objectives, scope, and the outcome from this innovation exam. So as a training teachers, also it encourage us to draw about our student is diverse backgrounds and knowledge to shape this project's direction. And next one is the team formation, which means here that it helps our students to form multidisciplinary teams by ensuring a mix of students from various disciplines. So this diversity enhances the potential for innovative problem solving and knowledge exchange, which means that it encourages our students to share their expertise and explain about the unique perspective that bring to this project.
Next is the impact on teaching and learning in digital product outcomes. The first one is enhanced learning experiences. This project is engaging and it also promotes interactive learning experiences for the pupils, so it can enhance their motivation to learn. Next is personalized learning. This game can be played individually, so pupils can progress at their own pace. They can answer every question and they can read the notes at their own pace. Next is improved collaboration. This game can also be played in groups. The teacher can divide the class into several groups and each group will discuss among themselves to so it can promote teamwork and also communication skills. Next is competition and motivation. This game also promotes healthy competition among the pupils because the pupils will compete against each other to win the game. So it encourages the pupils to do better, to learn better, to study better. The last one is reinforcement of concepts. This game the pupils can practice what they have learned in the classroom. So this game can enhance their understanding on the concept of quantifier that they have learned in the classroom.
So this one is the level of commercial for our innovation project. Firstly, for educational tool. So educational tool is suited for the teachers to help the pupils to grasp the concept effectively. Next one is the customization option, which this innovation project can be customized according to the educational objectives and proficiency level. So it means here that our project is actually educational alignment, because our game is aligned with education standards and objectives related to teaching quantifiers, especially for English Year 5 syllabus. So this project actually can be catered to specific age group or educational levels too.
Some people have tried to play this game and these are some of their feedback on our innovation project. So, 60% of people said that this innovation is easy to use. This game, in this game, player just have to click on the arrow, so the instruction and how to use it is actually quite easy for first time user. Next, 70% of them said that teaching materials are suitable for agree that teaching materials are suitable for innovation, meaning that this game is suitable to use as a teaching aid in the classroom. Lastly, 70% of them said that this game is effective to students, meaning that this game is effective in enhancing the students' understanding on quantifier.
Next one is the suggestions for improvement. So this suggestion that we got from the feedbacks itself. Firstly, we can add more explanation about the note, since we do like a short and summary note about the quantifiers. So the feedback that we got is that we can add more explanation so that the student will more understand about the quantifiers term. Next one, we can add a timer to some question to add on element of challenge so that the student will eager to answer the questions incorrectly. and accurately. Next one is we can create quantifiers question that relate with the theme. Since we do the SpongeBob quantifiers game, so instead of using the food as a theme for the question itself, we can use the SpongeBob theme to create the quantifiers question. Next one, we can add audio explanation to make it more interactive. So this audio explanation is like when we explain about the notes. So we to grasp the players to grasp the players attention, we can add our own audio to make it more interactive. And lastly, we can include rewards to encourage players. This one is the our innovation poster, which we create this one for the promotion purpose. So firstly, our poster has an interactive characters that should be our theme, which is SpongeBob. And then we also added strange on our innovation game to attract users to play, so that more they will feel more eager, and they will feel more excited to play this game. Next one, we do have the short description to give an insight about our digital innovation from the poster itself, so that the players, they will have an insight what is our game about. And lastly, we do have the QR code. So as you can see from the poster itself, there are two QR code, which is the first one is for the game, and the second one is for the feedback. So eventually the feedback itself, we need it because we want to improve our innovation in the future.
Okay, next I will talk about the innovation promotion. So for this project, we have promote this project through the several social media, which is we have used Facebook, we have used WhatsApp, Instagram to promote our game. And with this promotion, it will help the teachers or the pre-service teacher to use our game to help their students that have difficulties in choosing the quantifiers. As we all know that quantifiers is a very a tricky question. So with this promotion that we have made through the social media, it will help the teachers to use this game to help the student to learn more about the quantifiers. So for the Facebook, we have insert the link so that the teacher can click on the link and they can use the PowerPoint game to be done or to be used in the classroom to help the people with the quantifiers. So as for this slide, it is we have shown that the Facebook that we have promote, and also we also promote this game through the WhatsApp. Okay, the next innovation promotion is we have also have shared for the WhatsApp status, for the IG story, and also IG post. So it will help the teachers to know more about our project, and also it will help the teachers to ask us about things that they need to know, and it also allow the teachers to use it.
That is all from us. Thank you.